Hi guys, what have we got here? Traxxas TRX-4 Sport, courtesy of rcMart. Thanks very much, Lincoln. Won this in the Xmas giveaway competition that rcMart were running on Facebook. Just arrived today, big box. Quite a lot of stuff in there. More on that later. But for now, we're just going to crack on and we're going to unbox my first ever new RC. 15 years in the hobby, never bought a new RC. Never really saw the need, but absolutely chuffed to bits to have won this. So let's go ahead and crack on and unbox it. Thanks for watching, guys. As you'll know, the TRX-4 Sport, this is based on the TRX-4 chassis. A couple of subtle differences with the Sport over the normal version, what you would call the more premium version, or the Pro version, whichever way you choose to look at that side of the argument. They've done away with the 2-speed transmission on these TRX-4 Sports. Obviously, first thing you'll notice as well, different wheels. We've got some nice looking pre-mount wheels here, black 5-spoke pre-mount wheels. Also, the Land Rover Defender body is gone. You're now left with a pickup, polycarbonate pickup body. And first impressions are quite good actually for a polycarbonate body. I mean, you'll notice when you take it off, it's strong. It's thick here on the roof, rear bed, and on the bonnet, or the hood as you Yankees would say. Arches, nice and flexible, your sills flexible, so it flexes where you need it to, but it is tough. Obviously it comes with the decals pre-mounted, but there is some optional decals in there, like you've got the over fender masks, and you've also got a couple of other Traxxas decals in there as well. You've got your instructions, tells you everything you need to know when you get the model out and you unbox. A couple of R-clips, Allen keys, and a 4-way hex wrench as well, just to get you started. The only thing that this doesn't come with is a battery and a charger, whether that be a NIM battery, or if you're going for LiPo, the ESC will take 2 to 3S LiPo. If we just have a quick look, it's our old friend, the XL5 from Traxxas. Traxxas use this in a lot of the models. Reliable is one word I'd use, and reliability on a trail truck or a crawler is pretty much what you're seeking. You've teamed that with the 21 turn 550 cam Titan. I can see it's got a flux ring on there as well. It's a 550, it's a decent length. Pre-soldered connections on the back here. Some bullet connectors there just to get you started. Also got your Traxxas connector. Now, as I mentioned before, the diff housing, the gearbox housing is the same on these as the TRX-4 premium model. But they've done away with the 2-speed. They've also done away with the full differential unit in here. So there's no longer a micro servo and lockable disc, remote lockable disc. This is purely a locked. There's a lightweight locker in there to basically just lock the diff. On the rear, you've got 4-link setup on the rear. And I'm pretty impressed. There's absolutely no binding there whatsoever. You've got a 3-link panhard setup on the front, because they've obviously got the servo is mounted up on your chassis. Another difference as well, you've got the red tow hooks on there. I think that's about it. There's a few other little subtle differences, but nothing major. I mean, essentially, it's the same truck, minus a few of the more premium option parts, if you will. But this is aimed squarely at the beginner market. It does say all over the sales blurb, it does say on the marketing on the sales page, it is very much marketed for the beginner. It's designed to just get out of the box, get your battery out, get whatever battery you've chosen and charge your combo, put it in, and off you go, hit the trails. It's lightweight because of the shell, so you're less likely to do hill rolls and in difficult, tricky situations. This will be more forgiving towards the beginner or the novice. Speaking of getting things ready to go when you first get it out of the box, TRX supplied with it. What you will notice is this is the Traxxas TQ economy transmitter. Yes, it isn't, you know, a Futaba, it isn't the top of the line Sanwa model, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. It does what it needs to do when you need it to do it, which is what you're looking for really in a truck aimed at beginners. You want it to work, be reliable. There's a latch on the top for your lanyard for when you're out on the trails. I noticed that they've glued the foam to the wheel, which is nice. May seem insignificant, but when you're out on the trail, I know some trucks, some companies like Kyosho, they don't glue the foam to the wheel. When water gets inside there, if it's raining, you will find that start to slip, just become quite irritating after a while. So I mean, that's just one thing that I noticed. Obviously you got your steering DR trim on the back there, on and off. Takes 4 AAs, so your standard battery tray, standard battery arrangement, 4 AA batteries in there. Always handy. I know we've all moved on to 4 AAs now. This is actually my son's remote, this old Futaba 3PK. You'll notice it's running a massive battery pack on about 11 volts or something thereof. Great, but if you run out of charge when you're out in the field, you're absolutely knackered unless you've got a battery cage on you and about 9 AA batteries, which I don't even think they sell 9 in a pack now. It's like 8. So, I mean, if you've got your AA batteries there, you can always take some out spare with you on the trail, so you can, if you do run out, you can always just swap them over and you're good to go again. Now, Lincoln from rcMart did also send me a few other things. He sent me a nice rcMart pit mat, neoprene. Now I have got a few rigs, so I might buy another few of these. Anything to save this table is worth it in my opinion. He did also send me a hat. Very nice rcMart hat with a stitched emblem in there. But he did also send me a free hoodie. Now, the wife's already got dibs on this, apparently. And she's pretty perturbed that there's not a t-shirt in there too. But she's already got dibs on this, so in the videos I'm not so sure whether you'll see me wearing it or the wife, but that's nice. He also sent me some scale flags, which is pretty cool. That should liven up the old Fims Presents RC boring RC videos when I'm out on the trail a little bit, or posing for some narcissistic still shots. He also sent me some decals. Now don't worry, he didn't cut them out for me. I did that last night. I had a quick sneaky peek last night. Nicked a few of the decals for Big Blade, and I also took a few of the decals, popped them on the shell already. Got to do my bit for rcMart. They sorted me out of a brand new free Traxxas TRX-4 Sport, so always happy to do my bit. Now the last thing he sent me is a bit unusual. It's a banner I'm not so sure where I'm supposed to put this Lincoln, whether this is supposed to go on the side of my house or maybe hanging out the back of the of my actual car. But what I might actually do on a serious note is put it up along the wall there, and I can back the camera up. I'm crammed up in the corner at the moment due to Christmas and there being a lot of stuff around the house. So in the next month or so, I want to make a few more vids, do some upgrades to come on this after I've done a box stock test. I will obviously be doing some upgrades. Ethan will be hitting the trails with me. And we're going to take out the TRX-4 when we're next out, which will be tomorrow now. I'm going to get some video, and we're also going to have a go of Big Blue again. We're going to get them both side by side, and we're going to do a little, maybe do a tug of war and a few other videos. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions about what you would want to see these two rigs doing, there's quite a few streams in flood at the moment around Devon, so I might take this out. I know this is fully waterproof. That's almost fully waterproof. So we'll take this out and we'll take out the TRX-4. So tune in the next few days and we'll have Ethan driving this and me driving that. And yeah, should be good. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like and a sub if you've not already subbed to me. I appreciate that. Once again, shout out to Lincoln Wong from rcMart and rcMart themselves. If you want to purchase your own TRX-4 from rcMart, check down below in the description and there's a link to buy one. They're about $400 all in with postage. Excellent value for money in my opinion. Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.